Hey, church fam, this week we are looking at Hebrews chapter 13, verses 5 and 6. It reads this: keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have, for he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So we can confidently say, the Lord is my helper. I will not fear what man can do to me. And here the call on us is really clear, but it is not simple. It is not easy. It is a call to contentment, to be content with the things that we have. He starts off telling us, keep your life free. Now, we love that idea, keeping our lives free, but it is keeping our lives free from the love of money. And it may be that you, like many of us, are thinking, well, I don't have that problem because I don't have a lot of money. But whether we are wealthy or affluent, this is a clear call for us. In fact, the audience that this author is writing to is one that themselves would have been dealing with privation. That is, they would have been dealing with poverty and hardness and difficulty and oppression and having their goods stolen from them. We read elsewhere in the book of Hebrews, simply because they were following after Christ. And so this is not a people who are affluent. This is not a people who are generally wealthy. But the temptation for all of us, whether we have a lot of money in the bank account or in our retirement fund or an investment, or whether we have very little, the temptation for us is to anchor our contentment and our security rather than in the Lord, but to anchor it in whatever we may have, particularly money. To believe the lie that if we had more money, we would be more comfortable, we would be more secure, we might be more happy and pleasant. And the reality is, what this author is driving us to see, what the scriptures are driving us to see, is that contentment is not tied to our circumstances, and it is especially not tied to money. Keep yourself free from the love of money. That is to, and then the proactive point here is to be content with what you have. And that help for us is to remember that the Lord is with us. And if the Lord is with us, then whatever we have is exactly what he has appointed us. And he has appointed it to us for our present joy and eternal joy. And we do not now have what we one day will have, nor do we have what we didn't have or what we had in the past. What God has given to us in the present is what he has given to us for our present joy in him. And so it is to remember that he will never leave us nor forsake us. That's the promise of Christ that he is quoting for us, and it ought to encourage us. Whether gas prices go up, the cost of living goes up, and our ability to buy Christmas gifts, to make purchases, all of those things that we might seek to do for the loved ones, ourselves, all of that thins out and grows little or nothing because the Lord is with us, because the Lord is our helper. We need not fear. We need not fear what man will do to us, what prices will rise. We need only to trust in the Lord. And one way for us to test this is for us to ask this question at this time of year, especially with Christmas. If all of your packages that you have ordered, if all the things that you had ordered got recalled, or if the packages were not to be delivered, your money was to be returned, and there was no hope of getting anything, would our happiness, our joy be ruined? Could we be content? And again, this isn't dependent on wealth. Check it with your kids. Have you ever noticed how children get their first dollar and all of a sudden their eyes light up with the spending power of a dollar? Or whether it's $1 or many, contentment can't be bought. Contentment is an inner peace tied to our faith in the Lord. So look to him who will never leave us nor forsake us.